Good evening. I'm Dheeraj Sinha, founder of Quantiple FinTech, and with me is my colleague Hussain Tayyab. We bring to you the weekly analysis on Nifty 50, where we combine the neo wave with technical analysis. Now, there are several such weekly forecasts available on the YouTube. We felt that if we can give a proper treatment to neo wave and combine it with technical analysis, the probability of success of the forecast goes up multifold. As some of you may be knowing, neo wave is an extension of Elliott wave, but it is much more stringent and much more complex. Because it is more complex, there are very few practitioners. And my colleague Hussain Tayyab is an expert on the neo wave. With that, we would like to first discuss the neo wave, and then I will give you a summary of the technical analysis. But before we begin, I would like to put a disclaimer. Uh, you know, this video is just for analysis and education purpose. While I have expertise in the technical analysis and Hussain has expertise on neo wave, but by no means we claim to come out with accurate forecast. Last week we had done some forecasting based on the neo wave,
That's
and
right.
we were expecting, till Tuesday we were expecting some sort of an up move, and then a
Yes.
down move, and we said that down move can go all the way to 1989 or 1990.
That's right. That's right.
And Friday move, I think, surprised everyone because that was a strong up move.
A
So
lot of thrust on
that
Friday. Yeah.
change, how do you see, what has changed, what didn't happen, or, which we anticipated, and more important, how do you see the coming week? So it would be good to.
Absolutely. I mean, we had made certain assumptions and certain predictions, and I would say 4 out of the 5 days of the last week were in our favor. And I mean, I was laughing my way to the bank. Friday gave a lot of, you can say, pain, but we had early signals and good money management got us off the market and we could protect our profits. So what I'll do is I'll just take you back to what we spoke on last Sunday, and then we can move into what we may expect in the coming week. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
I have a couple of screenshots. This is where the market had taken a pause when we met on Sunday. And if you just get a chance to, read what I have written here, I don't know if it's clear. It shows a little blurred on my screen though. I'll read it out.
Yeah.
We had made one assumption that, market may have taken a temporary pause at 19,229.70. And we had some idea of it on a 15-minute chart, which I'll just show after I, finish talking about this one. We had made one assumption कि अपने को pullback आना चाहिए between 38 to 61%. So our upper limit was 19,448 and 19,364. So we had given a range कि if there is a pullback, and opening prices will show that on Monday, कि whether wave B has started or not, you can easily play for 38 and 61%. इसके बीच में 364, 448 के बीच में ये pullback होना चाहिए.
Right.
We also had a time element because, as I've said many times, that neo wave is done on price, time, and complexity. The second assumption that we had made that this could be a three-wave move, right? Which I had also written here, assuming a three-wave move till minimum Tuesday end of day, ये pullback में रहना चाहिए. I'll just show you the 15-minute chart why we had taken these assumptions. Neo wave में we always need two waves to predict the third. We had this action, we had this reaction, and we were expecting an action, right? I will now move on to the live chart, as in our कि क्या हुआ. हम लोग यहाँ पे थे 19235 का second low बना था with 229 was the low of Friday. We gapped up and we continued since this was a correction, right?
Right.
Now action ये था on a wave A side. We knew that wave B will move, so it will be a reaction to this action, right? So
Just one quick thing, Hussain. Will removing the candle make it more clear?
Sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And we can see just the waves. Yeah.
Any reaction to an established trend will never be directional. It will always go up and down, and that's how patterns are formed. The reason we analyzed corrections is to know कि boss ये कहाँ तक खत्म हो सकता है और कब खत्म होएगा, right? So we had.
So the key thing there is that, if there is a sharp move, which you're saying in action, which could be down or up, and that what you're showing this move. After that, there is a higher likelihood that the market will go in some sort of a range or a slower move.
You
That's
could
a typical
say,
wave, right?
you can say, use the word pullback. You can use the word sideways market. The reason we, say all these things because they mean different things to different people.
Right.
After, whenever the market makes a strong move, in a certain direction, you expect that move to be at least in three waves. So there will be an action, there will be a reaction to that trend, and then there'll be another action.
Okay.
So यहाँ का जो action था, this was its reaction that we saw play out till Wednesday afternoon.
Right.
We had made कि ये minimum Tuesday end of day तक चलना चाहिए. It went on for more time, and that was expected. On the lower time frame chart, that is 15 minutes, we get to see कि boss ये move कब खत्म होगा, ये क्या pattern बन रहा है. So this was also a triangular pattern where wave C was greater than wave A and wave E was greater than wave C. Okay, so this is where one wave is bigger than its last wave. It becomes an expanding triangle.
Right.
We had made assumption कि ये 448 तक जाएगा. इसने high मारा था 552.8. So we were in a 6-point range. And that worked out for us pretty well. यहाँ पे जितने भी put short किए थे ना, हम लोग निकल गए थे यहाँ.
Right.
And we were looking for a long entry, as in a option put long, somewhere in this vicinity.
Right.
There's a very popular saying that, you never short a dull market. Now, this is where your neo wave marking will help you. Okay. So, यहाँ पे, yes, I'm not going to say that I was extremely confident कि boss यहाँ पे तो मैंने 100 lot ले लूंगा मैं, right? But we were looking at some kind of confirmation and some kind of thrust to the downside. I'm just putting the candles on for a little bit so I can zoom in. Ideally, you would have said, hey, you know what, this is an advance to the top side. This is some kind of consolidation. And then again, you will see some action to the top side. Because, we know Neo wave and we know this is the fifth wave. Okay, it's a third wave to the top side. It's a 5-wave move. I was looking for put options on this candle, somewhere around 206. So if I move on to 5-minute chart, it will be more clear. But in this candle is when we initiated put longs, and we rode this entire move.
Wow.
It was a beautiful day. Good money, laughing my way to the bank. मजा आ गया.
Amazing.
इसमें भी मजा आ गया top side में, इसमें भी मजा आ गया down side. In a triangle, you want to have a BD trend line. This was broken with thrust, which gave us the confidence to carry our positions into Thursday for expiry. In spite of this, little scare over here, the market favored our analysis and we continued to the downside, right?
Yep.
And obviously, I had initiated shorts for September 7th.
Right.
Not for the expiry, because as an option buyer, our premium, the delta and theta is against us. So whenever we initiate a deal, initiate a position, we always buy more time. Okay?
Certainly.
When we went into Friday, यहाँ पे ना ये जो hiccups हो रहे थे ना, the put के premiums were not increasing the way we expected it. Okay, so I was expecting my premium to go double, triple, because we had taken a second assumption, which I have written here also, that अगर ये नीचे गया 229 को तोड़ेगा और 19,089 तक जा सकता है.
Right.
But ये हुआ नहीं. ठीक है. Now, because it didn't happen and it was going, labored to the downside, it gave us कि boss, is there any early indication कि ये यहाँ पे ही terminate हो जाएगा 19,223 तक, which we saw on Friday at 9:15. In the first 15-minute candle, this trend line broke. We exited all our positions, short positions, and we said कि boss, there is something that is changed, something that has gone against our analysis. और वो होता है. The last
and that's
leg
a
of
very important point. I would like to just elaborate a bit for our viewers that no analysis is 100% accurate, because after all, you're looking in the future and trying to predict something.
Absolutely.
Key there is that how do you change your outlook when you see certain things happening on the chart, and don't make bigger loss, but use that to make it an opportunity and still profit from it. And I think, Friday was a prime example where till Thursday, our analysis, which we did last week, was going well. And we were anticipating that the market will fall to 19,089 kind of level. But on Friday, as Hussein is explaining, when he saw the market opening in the first 15-minute candle, told him that there is probably something wrong in that prediction of 19,089, and he should change his view and try to uh, reassess and then, if required, change the direction. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to, the reason even when we spoke last time and I said, the last leg can even go up to 161%, and we were talking about 18,700 levels.
Right.
And I said, you know what, when we are making an assumption, with so much time, बहुत कुछ बीच में change होता है और उसका evidence मिलता है. Okay, once you get that evidence, you need to keep proving yourself. Yeah, is it going or is it not going? Is there something wrong? You need to keep testing your hypothesis, right?
Right.
This is where at 9:15 we got an indication कि नहीं boss, दाल में कुछ काला है. यहाँ पे एक at least stay out of the market. If it continues, we will get back in, because you need to protect your profits.
Yeah.
And since we had initiated option buy, उसमें premium तो गल जाता है. You have to be very quick in your analysis, and if you're spooked or you see that no, there is something going against you, it's better to stay out than to say कि नहीं ये तो और जाएगा और फिर क्या होता है कि it comes to your cost, and whatever profit you've made, it just erodes. Your M2M then just goes for a toss. So anyways, coming back to here, we got out of the market here. We waited. As I said, even over here कि neo wave में अपने को minimum 2 waves chahiye to predict the third. So this was an action. This was its reaction. The market did not break this level for almost 1.5 hours, close to 2 hours. It was just sideways.
Right.
So what happened? As soon as it took this high, we could play this move to the top side. Yeah. So क्या हो जाता है ना, यहाँ पे we have this action. Then we check its momentum ना, कि अगर ये इसको नीचे जाना है, because यहाँ पे we were spooked, right? We got out.
Right.
We waited and saw कि okay boss, यहाँ तक गया है, अभी sideways जा रहा है, तो इसका retracement कितना आना चाहिए? अगर इसको नीचे जाना है तो इसका retracement तो ज्यादा होना चाहिए. वो हुआ ही नहीं, barely 20% retracement. So which pattern does it happen? जब B wave has taken more time than the A wave but retraced less than 61%, it's a zigzag.
Yeah.
Zigzag मतलब क्या? It will go violently to the top side.
Yeah.
कहाँ तक जाएगा? Do we have any indication? We had this pattern ना, A, B and C. तो इसका हम लोग ने zero B trend line बना दिए.
Right.
So we know कि okay, in this move ये तो टूटेगा. So yes, you can initiate some, and play this.
Yeah, play
this move to the upside.
Yeah.
Am I carrying anything for Monday? No. Because there's something has changed. I don't know what has changed, but something has changed. Right. And if you see in the last 75 minutes, these are 3 candles, 15 minutes each. Right. You can say this is profit booking, or you can say कि नहीं यार इतना up move गया है तो थोड़ा Monday को sideways हो सकता है. इसका indication कहीं मिलता है क्या? So we go back to our higher time frame chart. Now last time when we had met, I had gone from the higher time frame to the lower. Because we had made certain assumptions. Today I went from the lower to the higher just to show you how it played out, what didn't play out, where we got an early indication कि no boss, it's not going to 19,089. At least for some time, there is something wrong, right? Now, when we look at this day chart, just look at this candle. Look at the thrust that it has gone. Market cheek ke bol raha, boss, I am moving up. Right. So, to hold any short positions over here, I don't think will be very fruitful. Okay. I'm just going to switch off the candle just to avoid the distractions. From here, we have had thrust. Right. This is a weekly count. Okay. It's a weekly new wave chart. ये स्टार्ट कहां से हुआ था? 20th जुलाई से. ये पूरा लेग 20th जुलाई से स्टार्ट हुआ था, and we are already in first week of September now. So you have seen that on this time frame, one leg can go on for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Yes, on a weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame. और यहाँ पे ये डेली चार्ट है नियो वेव का, तो 5 कैंडल का एक वेव बन रहा है. And the 5 candles of one day which happen in 1 week.
Yes.
Okay, so from July till now, we are looking at least 45 days, right?
Yep.
Because this is a triangle, we have a BD trend line over here. Iska high point hai 584.
Right.
We have closed at 435. The chances of a gap up are present. We may see a 40-60 point gap up on Monday. Opening prices will decide. As an analyst and as a participant of the market, what do we want to see? Is it maintaining its momentum to the top side? वो देखने के लिए अपने को देखना है कि ये बीडी ट्रेंड लाइन तोड़ता है क्या.
Right.
ये पॉइंट आ जाता है अराउंड 19485 लेवल्स. सेकंड वी वांट टू सी ये 584 तोड़ेगा. दैट मींस इफ दिस पॉइंट ब्रेक्स 584.45, वी नो दैट ये जो डाउन लेग शुरू हुआ था वो खत्म हो गया. And now we should correct to the top side, or we should advance to the top side. If we advance to the
So in
top
that
side,
case, would you say that, the pattern, at least one leg,
yes,
one wave, which started on 20th of July on the higher time,
that's right. That's right.
that would have got over?
Yes. If this BD trend line breaks and all of D is retraced, I will say that this correction to the downside is paused, and now we should advance to the top side.
Okay. So, but that would be signifying that one leg got over, right? At
one leg
90
of a pattern that is forming on this time frame.
on the weekly time.
On the weekly neo wave count,
Right.
this leg may be over.
Okay. Okay.
Right? If it is over and it keeps advancing, this will be our second target, because in a triangle, after the BD trend line breaks and all of D is broken, then we need to see if all of B, whichever is higher. Abhi kya hota hai? Sometimes you have a triangle which is upwards, sometimes you have it which is downwards. Yahan pe ye downwards hai, so the higher point is wave B, which is 795. This will be the next level for the market to advance. And that is what we will see play out. So again, which, like I said on last Sunday, that Monday's opening prices will give us a clue that this leg is done, and the market will advance to the top side.
Sure.
At least we will get clarity on that. और अगर नहीं होता है तो we are not in the market right now because we are watching. As per our analysis, जो we were expecting it to go down, वो यहाँ पे terminate हो सकता है, because seeing this strong movement to the top side, I don't think anyone would say ki boss, we are not going to continue.
Correct.
This would be the most probable outcome.
Below the previous low, then we need to reassess, right? And in that case,
इतना बाइंग आने के बाद to expect कि ये यहाँ से और नीचे चला जाएगा.
Not immediately on Monday, but let's say
of course not
next week, right?
I would say the chances for that, from what I see, I would say ki, the low chances of that, but I'm not going to rule it out because, this is a dynamic market. Things change, on a snap of a finger sometimes. We saw that on budget day. If you remember February, and how that on budget day it just crashed when the entire market was bullish. But there were other factors, that was playing out, and we had the whole report come out and all of that. तो अभी के लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मुझे ये इसके नीचे जाते हुए थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, लेकिन वी विल वेट फॉर मंडेज ओपनिंग प्राइसेस. अगर बीडी ट्रेंड लाइन टूट गया, 584 तक एडवांस कर रहा है, इसको तोड़ दिया, then 795 will be your next target to the top side, because then you have enough confirmation. अभी तक क्या है, if I just zoom in here ना, this BD trend line is not broken yet. Okay, this is my stage 1 confirmation. This is my stage 2 confirmation yahan tak. D and B. Okay. If I get stage 1 confirmation, I know that okay, this down move is arrested और ये आपका अच्छा खासा low बन गया है 223 का. This becomes a very strong support there. And market has bounced from almost 180, 190 points from here. So that gives you a very strong indication that we are moving to the top side. But then we'll wait Monday opening prices देखते हैं, BD trend line टूटता है, 584 तक कैसे advance होता है. Whenever market makes such a strong move, either ये Monday को continue ही करेगा, but is there any global environment that's saying that, yeah, we are, going to knock it out of the park, or it will just slowly रेंगते हुए ऊपर
Right.
की तरफ जाएगा. Yeah.
Yeah, but the key level is 584 now.
Yes, 584 to 795. This will be my range for the next week. And we are at 435. This is the best analysis that I can give based on the information that I have on my screen.
Thanks so much, Hussain, for your analysis based on the neo wave. Now let's look at few other important data points. If you look at the price action on a daily time frame, the Friday was certainly a very, very bullish, full-bodied candle. You call it Maribozu. Now the same candle also ensured that the week ended on a bullish note, and the weekly candle is also bullish Maribozu. So both on the weekly and daily time frame, Nifty has turned bullish. Does that mean that we are now in a buy on dip market? We will have to wait for some more confirmations. But one important thing when we look at technical indicator is the 50 daily moving average of Nifty reclaiming, Nifty reclaiming the 50 moving day average. And that's a very important data point. However, some of the lagging indicators, which are the lagging trend following indicators, are still bearish in nature. And I would wait for them also to turn bullish to conclusively say that Nifty is going to be bullish. Now, when we look at the option data point, that's fairly bullish. PCR is 1.0, which is bullish. Now, there is much higher call writing on the weekly expiry with highest put open interest at 19,300. That's certainly bullish. We look at FII data. I would like to put it as neutral. While they have not created heavy long positions, they are no longer short. They did not roll over their shorts from August month. And that definitely is a positive signal, though I would still call it a neutral from that perspective. They have also written more put than the call, which again points to change in their uh, outlook from bearish to bullish. Now, if we look at the US market data, there are many, it was a news week. A lot of data points came. The price action in US market has also turning from bearish to bullish. So I would still call it neutral. We will have to wait for a few days to see that, the bearishness which was witnessed in August is behind us. Overall, if you want me to look ahead, I would say that this particular week is very important. And the entire month of September is going to be very important from a price action perspective. August, we closed in red. If we break the high of August in September, then we can discard that particular red candle. But if we go below that August candle, then our bearishness will continue. So September, if you take an outlook of next 3 to 4 months, September is going to be very important. So overall, we think that it's too early to call it buy and dip market, though overall the things are looking much better than what it were when we talked last week. And we are optimistic getting into this particular week. With that, I would like to conclude this video, and thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much.